school language arts teacher, author of the Lucia Chronicles and the upcoming series, The Elementals. This is a book review of Maggie Stiefvater's The Scorpio Races, which is an award-winning book, and the cover is pretty bad, you know what. So I really love Maggie Stiefvater. I read the Raven Cycle this past summer, and it just has made me more obsessed with collecting all of her books and reading all that she's written. So this book takes place in Thisby in November during something called the Scorpio Races. And I will say that the setting of this book is kind of amazing because it's very timeless. You can't tell necessarily the time that it's occurring, and the place is kind of vague. You kind of get the impression that it's around Ireland somewhere, but basically it is about Puck Connelly and Sean Kendrick. And Sean Kendrick is the champion 4 years running of the Scorpio Races. And the Scorpio Races involve, I'm just going to pronounce it in the English way because there is another pronunciation in here because these are actual mythological creatures. But I'm just going to pronounce it in the lay terms. So we have these water horses who come out of the sea, and they're really wild, untamed beasts. And the people of Thisby on the island, they try to tame these horses, and these horses are incredibly fast. And so what they end up doing is they have something called the Scorpio Races. And throughout the book, a lot of people die because of these races, including Sean Kendrick's father. The water horses also caused the death in a boating accident of Puck's parents, and Puck has two brothers, so they're orphans. And basically, Puck signs up for the Scorpio Races because her brother is going to leave for the mainland, her eldest brother. And she kind of thinks that her signing up for the races might not only delay him leaving, but possibly could prevent him from leaving. And then the stakes get upped a little bit when they find out that their house payments haven't been made and their house is going to be taken away. So the person who owns their house is Mr. Malvern, and that is Sean Kendrick's boss. So because Puck is the first girl to ever enroll in the Scorpio Races, her and Sean Kendrick, at first Sean doesn't like her and she doesn't like Sean, but they kind of form a bond slowly because they're just so different from everyone else. They're very independent and they're very brave, and they like live and breathe the island, and they can't understand why people would want to leave it. So it's about their relationship, it's about the races, and it's about, you know, trying to, typical human nature, trying to control something that's beyond our control. And I don't really want to give too much away, but it's an amazing book. It alternates perspectives between Puck and Sean. I would have given it 5 stars, and this is a YA book. I would have given it 5 stars, except for me personally, I gave it 4.5. Maybe if I could give like 4.8 or something like that on Goodreads, I would. The only thing I didn't like is Malvern is an antagonist, and he is a jerk face. And I do not like how he treats the horses, whether they're water horses or regular horses in this book. And I kind of want to claw his eyes out because I can't stand him. And anything involving animals kind of gets me right here. So that's why I would only knock off a little bit. And I know that it helps with the realism of the story, but I like to use my books for escapism, including things like that. So I hate Malvern. So that's why I gave the book, I mean, obviously Maggie Stiefvater did her job then, but for me, anything involving animals. So I gave this like 4.5, 4.8 stars, but it's an amazing read. And Thisby is an amazing place, and I really like Puck Connelly, and I like Sean Kendrick, and it's a great standalone read. So if you like Maggie Stiefvater and you have not checked out the Scorpio Races, if you don't check it out because of the cover alone, you really need to check it out. In the meanwhile, happy reading and happy writing.